Hello, everybody. If you joined last week's episode of the Ninja Selling Podcast, you heard that we are doing a giveaway. It's an all-expense paid trip to Fort Collins, Colorado to see a ninja installation taught by Larry Kendall. I'm here with Eric Thompson, who is going to draw the number of the lucky winner. Now, Eric, we had hundreds of entrants, and I need you to pick a number from 1 to 464.
1 to 464. Okay, let me think here. The number is 112.
All right, let me look. Number 112 is, oh my gosh, from Crystal Peak Properties here in Colorado, we have Kelsey Loftis. Kelsey Loftis, you are joining us for a ninja installation. Now, Eric, I have to tell you something. That's a little anticlimactic because I wanted to book some air travel and get an Uber from the airport to Fort Collins.
Yeah, as soon as you said Colorado, I felt excited because we're in Colorado, but I also felt like, geez, someone's missing out on the whole air travel experience. So,
all right, let's do better. Give me another number.
Okay. The next number is 268.
268. Okay. Dustin Gilbert, you're an EXP agent and looks like you're straddling the line of Kentucky and Tennessee. You are coming to Fort Collins. So I don't know if you're flying out of Louisville or Nashville, but we are going to get you here. You guys, that is the drawing. This has been so fun. And I plan on having them join us for an episode of the Ninja Selling Podcast to talk about this experience. Eric, thank you so much for that. Now, Kelsey and Dustin, we're going to call you right now. And for everybody else, thanks for entering. And here's your episode for today. Subtle skills, big results.
Welcome to the Ninja Selling Podcast.
Hey everyone, it's your good friend Eric Thompson. This is the Ninja Selling Podcast. Thank you as always for listening, for engaging. We so appreciate it. I'm here today with my good friend and ninja coach extraordinaire, Brady Smith is here with me. Hello, Brady. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Eric. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. This is going to be a good one. The title of this one, you guys, is Shift Your Mindset with One Sheet of Paper. Okay, we're going to give you the one sheet of paper exercise that Brady has come up with. This is a terrific method, a great strategy to shift up your mindset just in case you find your mindset not in the very best place that it could be. Brady's going to walk us through that here in a little bit. By the way, we are definitely having fun with this title because all of you ninjas know about the 2 sheets of paper exercise that we use to help buyers become clear about the kind of property that they would like to purchase. And we're calling this the one sheet of paper exercise purposely, but it also shows that this is going to be really simple, straightforward. So Brady, thank you again for joining us. Before we dive in to this exercise, I think it would be interesting and helpful and fun for people to hear a little bit about your background. So you're a ninja coach right now, and tell us how long have you been in real estate?
Yeah, I have been in real estate since 2001. So my second day of real estate school was 9/11.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
Yeah.
about you. That's a fun fact. Not so fun, but
It was like, oh my goodness, what did I just do? I left this steady paycheck and the world's going to fall apart. So that was that was interesting.
That was interesting. You said, oh goodness. Okay, so 2001. How did you get introduced to ninja?
Well, I'd been in the business for close to about 14 years.
Yeah.
Just was introduced to another agent in the Nashville area. He had only been in our market for a couple of years and was just really successful. And I said, hey, I'd love to take you to lunch one day and pick your brain and see, what you're doing. And one of the first things he said when we got together for lunch was, well, have you done ninja? And I said, what's ninja? Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it happened. And
so you had never heard of it. You'd never heard of it selling.
Heard at all. No.
By the way, Brady lives in Nashville. Hopefully you caught that. So
Yeah.
He said, have you done ninja? You said, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing about that is he really didn't go into a lot of detail with it, but it just so happens, the universe provides. I got this random email in my inbox about a week later, and it was about this class that was coming to Nashville. And I was just like, huh. It's
was
a
a
sign. Yeah.
Well, as we say in ninja, there are no accidents.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the Ninja installation that was being that was in your email inbox, or was it another Ninja class?
Yeah, it was a mastery class. So I kind of,
okay.
I guess not everybody comes in through the front door.
Wait a minute, so you snuck in to a master class without taking the
I kind of snuck in.
Okay. Right.
And I had no clue for about a year. I think that there was something else, but I just showed up to class and started doing the stuff. And
Got it.
yeah.
Got it. Well, hopefully now we don't have a bunch of people try to do the same thing. No. Great story. That's how you were introduced to Ninja. And then what motivated you to want to become a Ninja coach?
Sure. Well, I was a coaching client myself for a few years, and I just really, as I started implementing the systems into my own business, and I just became really passionate about the whole Ninja system. Not just the business results, but the personal results too. And I just felt like it was an opportunity for me to share it with other agents and hopefully catch them before their bad habits started to develop,
right,
so I could help them get on the path right away.
Yeah, fantastic. So you saw and felt the difference it was making for you, and you thought, what would happen if I was able to help other people with the same thing? By the way, if people are curious, that's a common story among our Ninja coaches. They were first clients of Ninja coaching, experienced it from that side, and what we see is that makes them an even better coach, knowing what it's like to be coached by
Absolutely
by a Ninja coach. And I'm guessing, Brady, you would say that experience has really helped you in your coaching, knowing what it's like on the other side of the Zoom screen.
Oh, indeed.
Being the coaching client.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Terrific. So people should know that we're recording this in Fort Collins, Colorado. We just wrapped up a Ninja installation. Brady was here for that, and we're taking advantage of the fact that you're here, Brady, to do this, and taking advantage of the fact that you told me about this exercise recently, just a few weeks ago. And I think my immediate response was, this needs to be a podcast. And you're gonna take us through an exercise that everyone can do, unless you're driving. You can't do it if you're driving, but at least you're going to be aware of this exercise. But if you can, we encourage you to follow along, actually do what Brady is going to walk you through here in a little bit. And this is a mindset shift exercise. And so, Brady, why don't we start with, tell us a story on what inspired you to come up with this in the first place. Like,
Sure.
What was happening that caused you to say, I'm going to come up with something like this?
Sure. Well, mindset is a big thing for me. And I also, when we talk about mindset, skill set, actions, I feel like it's first for a reason. The other two don't really, if you don't have your mindset in the right place, it's really hard for the other two to be successful. I had noticed, whether it was coaching calls or just even visiting with people in the office or even friends, not necessarily real estate related, it just seemed like the air was really heavy for a minute there. It seems like a lot of people were going through challenging times in their lives, or and really, knowing that their mindset wasn't in the best place, but really struggling even doing the normal things to get out of their head.
Yeah. The reality is right now there's a lot of things happening externally. There's a lot of noise. All you have to do is open up your Facebook feed.
Yeah.
All you have to do is open up whatever news feed you look at, and turns out there's some things there to look at that are kind of noisy. I just chuckled. They're serious things, and we're aware of these things, and they have an impact, right, on the economy, on the world. So there's political news, economic news, industry news, all these things, and so I'm guessing, Brady, it's those kind of things that were causing this heaviness.
Yep.
that
Mm-hmm.
you were noticing.
Well, and I mean, and some people have with all that noise, people were having some, like personal drama going on too. And I'm just like, gosh, we've got to figure out how to, even if for just a minute, remove these distractions so we can focus on the task at hand.
Yeah.
We've got people that are depending on us to show up for them, right, in business, and we can't do that if our head's not in the right space.
That's right. Yeah. So this is a distraction minimizing exercise. This is a focus exercise. It's a mindset shift exercise. And so what I thought would be fun, Brady, is let's pretend that everyone listening is sitting here in the room with us. Now, we would need a big room. I understand that, but we'll have fun thinking that. And so I want you to imagine that and walk us through this exercise, and you've done this, I know several times. You've done this one-on-one with people, and you've also done this in groups, right? In live, you've done this in a conference room.
Yep. I guess with all the noise and distractions, I was just like, how can we, I wonder what would happen if we had a way to physically or tangibly go through the exercise of removing this distraction and recentering our focus. And so as it came to my mind, I thought, I was getting ready to host a ninja skills group, and I thought, well, I'm just going to try it on these people and see how it works. I typically start my meeting with gratitude, which I think is a great way to get your head in the right space. But I thought, I'm just going to kick it up a notch and take it to the next level this time and try it out and see how it works.
So the first time was with the ninja skills group that you host in your office. So it wasn't with a one-on-one coaching client.
Correct.
But then you subsequently started doing this with a one-on-one client.
Right.
Okay, I'm sure people by now are like, what is it? So we should start. So everyone, as long as you're not driving, get out a sheet of paper. That's the way to start, Brady. And
let's do it.
Pretend, again, everyone's sitting here. They have their sheet of paper in front of them. So walk us through the exercise.
So you've got a sheet of paper, and you're going to fold it in half.
Okay, so we're going to fold it in half, just like making a little book.
Yep. So it's kind of, I guess, sitting here like a book, and then you're going to open it back up. You've got the fold in the center. And so on the right side of the sheet of paper, we're going to write down something that we're grateful for.
Got it. Okay. That's easy. When we know about gratitudes because we're ninjas. So just one thing.
Just one thing.
It could be anything. It doesn't have to be business related.
Yep.
It could be
health. It could be personal. It could be your significant other, just anything that you're grateful for. And then on the opposite side, on the left, I want you to think about something that is keeping you up at night, something that's bothering you, something that's got you amped up, that agent that won't answer their phone, or, it can be you're frustrated because you don't feel like you're going to reach your goals, whatever it is, just that thing that's got you stressed out or worried or frustrated or otherwise bothered.
Yeah. So, I mean, all kinds of things that could be on that left side, right? Interest rates, political stuff, economy stuff, industry stuff. You could be really specific, like, gosh, I have a buyer and I'm frustrated because they're not making a decision. I was talking to a potential seller, then I just found out that they also want to interview someone else. I am behind on my goals. I have not enough people on my warm list, not enough people on my hot list, anything. What I'm going to do, Brady, if it's okay, I'm going to kind of play along.
Yeah.
And so what I would tell you, what I would put on the right side would be my kids. I have 2 teenage daughters. They are amazing. The 2 of them, along with my wife, Julie, I nicknamed them Team Blonde.
I love it.
Team Blonde, they are the lights of my life. So maybe, okay, I'm going to shift this up. I'm going to say it's Team Blonde is my one thing. It turns out that's 3 people, but
okay.
Team Blonde lives on the right side. And I'll say interest rates. I mean, I like a lot of people. I was realistic going into the year, do my research, and I'm frustrated that interest rates are where they are. I mean, I'll be real about that and open. So on the right side of my piece of paper, I got Team Blonde, and on the left side, I have interest rates.
Okay. So tell me something. I'm asking you a quick question about interest rates. Can you control that?
No, but darn it, I wish I could. I want to. Believe me, I wish there was a dial. I think about like the dial on my stereo in my car. I wish I could, turn them down. But no, Brady, no, Coach Brady. It turns out I cannot control interest rates.
What is it about the interest rates that's got you all jazzed up?
Well, I just know there would be more real estate activity, in an even better market for all the ninjas out there. If more buyers buying, more properties moving, if we had lower interest rates.
Okay. All right. Tell me something. What is one action that you could take, something that you could do to move the needle, to address that issue, to make it go away, to minimize it?
Okay, just for the record, I didn't anticipate this being a coaching session, but I'm okay.
You're welcome.
I am okay with that. You just can't help yourself. Knowing that I can't control interest rates, that makes me think about things that I could control. I can do a better job of getting in flow. I could amp up the number of my live interviews.
Okay. So better flow and specifically ramp up live interviews.
Yeah.
Love that.
No, by the way, Brady, are these things we're putting on the piece of paper?
Right. So we have identified an action that we can take. And remember, we put the thing that's bothering us on the left side of the sheet of paper.
Yeah.
We're going to put the action that we can take on the right side, the same side that we wrote our gratitude on.
Okay. Now I see how this is coming together. So it's kind of like we have good things happening on the right side of the piece of paper. So on the right side of the piece of paper, we have the thing we're grateful for. Then below that, we're putting the things that we could do.
Yep.
Things that within our control.
And we want to really dial in our focus. So one or two things tops.
One or two things.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm also thinking where you're headed with this is the more specific, the better.
Mm-hmm.
So how I answered is that's a common answer in coaching. Well, I don't know. I guess I could be better at my flow. I guess I could be better with live interviews, and probably the road you're going to take me down is that let's get more specific.
You know, it's funny. Wrapping up day 4 of the installation here, I couldn't help but think when you threw out interest rates, the thing that was going through my head was Ninja 9, Ninja 9, Ninja 9.
Ninja 9. Right. Ninja 9. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
So in this scenario, you might ask me, well, how many more live interviews?
Yeah.
And you would already know as my coach how many I had been doing.
Right.
And then you would ask me a question like, well, what would happen if we got it to a higher number? What would that number be? And so what if that was the goal? It would be probably the series of questions that you would take. So people doing this right now on their own, on their right side of the piece of paper, what they should be doing again is what? Underneath the gratitude, they should be putting down what?
So based on whatever you wrote on the left side of the paper, whatever's bothering you, whatever's got you hung up, frustrated, anxious, whatever, on the right side, you're going to write down one action item that you could do to move the needle to reduce or minimize that thing that you're bothered about.
Got it. So I said interest rates. You said, tell me more about that. What about interest rates is bothering you? And I said, in my mind, there would be more transactions if interest rates were lower. Then where you took that is, okay, what's something within your control that you could do that would cause more transactions?
Exactly.
Knowing that interest rates would be totally out of your control, what's one thing you could be doing? And so we want to have the actions over there on the right-hand side. Just one, or I mean, could we have two or three actions, but probably not more than 3?
I would limit it to 3 tops.
Okay, 3 tops. 1 is better.
Yep.
Okay. So we had gratitude on the right side. What's bothering you? What's one thing you could do in response to the thing on the left side? So it's either in response to or because of the result that you believe that thing on the left side is causing. What's something you could do to change that result?
Right.
Okay. So I'm with you. Now what?
So we're just going to take this piece of paper and we're going to rip it in half.
We're going to rip it in half.
On the spine.
Okay. How about that? Hopefully everyone got the sound effect that Brady really did rip the paper.
So those big bad interest rates that we're bothered about.
Yeah.
We're just going to wad up that sheet of paper.
Okay. So we are wadding up the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Eric, what I want you to do is at least for the rest of this call, but I encourage you to do it for the rest of the day. Commit to me that you're not going to think about this again, and we're gonna leave that in the trash. We're literally going to throw it away.
Okay, so hopefully I'm sure there is a trash can nearby. Everyone listening, and just throw it in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
That feels good, by the way.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I'm sure when you've done this in real life, I'm sure I'm only guessing the sense of relief that people have doing that. Yeah. And it's fun. I mean, I'm sure it turns into a bunch of smiles too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And what's left?
Well, what's left, it's interesting. It's what's left is the right side. And so there it is, what I'm grateful for and what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So it's funny that you mentioned that, because that was the biggest thing I noticed when I did this for the first time is, we're just in this group. I had no idea what was going on with these people when they came in. I just know that I've been experiencing experiencing this a lot lately. And the minute they wadded up that left side of the paper and threw it away, you could almost physically see the weight lift off their shoulders.
Yeah.
And I said, commit to me for the next hour, for the rest of this time together today. At minimum, you will let that go and leave it in the trash. But if you choose, I think it'd be awesome if you could commit to, even leaving it where it is for the rest of the day, not just for the time together.
It's awesome. Brady, here's an aha I'm having right now as I'm looking at the piece of paper, the right side that's left, the one that's not crumpled up, not in the trash. Not only is that what I'm grateful for written down, but that's also why I'm going to take that action.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's as I look at my sheet of paper, there it is. What I'm grateful for is my family. And the reason why I would take the action that I committed to, which is increase my flow, is because of them.
Yeah.
And so maybe not in every case, but I'm guessing for a lot of you had that exact same thing happen. Look at the gratitude, then that becomes the compelling reason why you're going to commit to take that action.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now what I see with that piece of paper, that's a powerful piece of paper. And there's something, it's kind of dramatic too. It's got the tear going down the side. So it feels like it's come to life, and it just feels like something that I want to tack up on a bulletin board in front of me, put up on my mirror, put on my dashboard, whatever it be, just to be reminded of what I'm grateful for and what I'm going to commit to.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Brady, what we know in Ninja, what you focus on expands. And you're famous in our coaching team for being really terrific at asking questions of your clients that helps them to, number one, realize where they are focused, and then to help them shift their focus. Mm-hmm. And so you've been doing this exercise now for a few weeks.
Yeah.
With
probably a month or so.
Yeah. With a handful of people. And what kind of follow-up have you heard? What kind of feedback have you heard? What do you notice happening for people? And are they bringing it up to you, or maybe it's even you noticing a difference in them?
A handful of them I've seen show up on the next call with definitely an energy shift, in the positive direction.
Yes. Yeah.
I still got a couple more people to follow up with to see, but the ones I've talked to definitely, has improved.
Got it. And I would say, if you did this now, this is powerful. You wake up tomorrow, maybe you're back a little bit to being in that more negative side of the quadrant on your energy. Do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, just like we do affirmations every day, do this every day until you notice a more permanent shift.
Do it as much as you need to until you can let go of the control that you don't have over the thing that's got you all anxious or bothered or frustrated or upset.
Yeah. Yeah. What you focus on expands.
Yeah.
And so this is about getting focused on gratitude and actions that you're going to take.
For sure.
Brady, this is powerful. This is great. It was fun to actually do it. I heard about it, but it was great to do it.
Gives you a whole different perspective.
Gives you a different perspective. Yeah. If you want to thank Brady for this exercise, reach out to him. Brady Smith, Ninja Coach. It's brady@ninjacoaching.com. Brady, this is cool.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, everyone, as always, for listening, for engaging with the Ninja Podcast. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you on the next podcast. Take care.